Thank you, Akisa. Since November 7th, when we saw NASA suspend some of its demonstrations and say they want now to focus more on the county assemblies that are under their control to pass the motion that's sought to establish people's assemblies, that's why we've seen that this particular press conference has been called to address that subject of the People's Assembly. Yesterday, we saw Kwale County became the 13th county under NASA to pass that motion giving that legitimacy to the People's Assemblies. Last week we saw also the High Court in Kitui decide to stop some county governments county assemblies from discussing the motion that seeks to establish People's Assemblies. But then some of these assemblies have defied those High Court orders. They are saying that that order only applied probably to Kitui and not the other 47 counties or those other that are controlled by NASA. NASA has at least 19 counties that are under their influence, and out of these counties, 12 have already passed this particular People's Assembly. It is, according to NASA, it is the alternative voice where they now want to invoke Article 10 of the Constitution, Article 1 of the Constitution, to give Kenyans a voice to discuss on some of those pertinent issues that touch on the national importance. They already, during the election period, we know very well that the opposition is still questioning the legitimacy of that particular, the credibility of that particular election. They pulled out of the election on October 26th, say they will not participate in it because IBC had not met the irreducible minimums, and said they will now engage through the People's Assembly to ensure that there is comprehensive electoral reforms, there is justice that is done across the board, and also to ensure that there is inclusivity and equity across the country. So this is what the agenda they are trying to push, but their counterparts in the Jubilee are also very, very jittery about this particular move by NASA, and they say it's an illegality because, according to them, any matters that are touching on either electoral processes or matters of national importance should be canvassed either through Parliament, the bicameral houses that we have in either Senate or National Assembly, and or those county assemblies, because those are the elected leaders who have been handed that sovereignty, who donated that power by the people to speak on their behalf. So it's something that we'll be keenly watching to see how the opposition NASA goes about it with the People's Assemblies, because they say it is their way, it is their approach, and when it comes to some matters that are very, very critical to the public, they'll decide not to discuss those matters or those issues in Parliament or county assemblies, but they'll now take the matters to the public for discussion, debate, and also adoption. So that is what is happening here. We yet to know who will be addressing us in this particular issue. But as it were, NASA is very, very keen to have these People's Assemblies in place. They had asked the various county assemblies under their control to ensure that they fast track passage of this particular motion, so that they are in a position to know how to take over the process. Akisa?